First of all, weaving is really cool. Weaving is awesome and it's so much fun. And there's so much you can do just by learning how to use a simple loom like the one that I got as a gift when I was young. My brand name is Fiapos, and in Portuguese that means a loose piece of string unraveling from a fabric. So everything that I weave and put together and design are made of millions and millions of fiapos. I would describe fiapos as homemade hand-woven textile products that I design myself. Fiapos started when I wanted to learn more and weave more and dedicate more of my time to textiles. And I had such an enormous desire to explore different techniques. I have this thing where I can see a textile and I just know how it's put together. You know, like I can see a rug or a table runner or anything that's, you know, it can be even like not be handmade, but I just know how it's put together. And so I'm always observing and wanting to, you know, find things that I like, and then once I do, I want to recreate it myself. I think Fiapos is really an interesting way for me to express myself through colors and textures and different designs. My first loom ever was a gift when I was 7 or 8 years old. Those small ones that, you know, kids use, and I taught myself how to use it. All by myself, self-taught, had so much fun. Ever since then, it's been something that I love doing. I just never knew how far I could go with it, really, and then afterwards I went on many family trips around the world. I was able to go to Guatemala and Mexico and see the women there weaving on huge looms and seeing them creating their textiles and then embroidery. Having a more global perspective on what textiles can really be, and you know, the different approaches and colors and techniques, and then being interested in fashion as well made me very interested in weaving and just the whole idea of how to put something together like that. I moved to Brazil in 2006. Living in Brazil has a huge influence over my work. You know, I use a lot of bright colors and I love weaving with fabric, and I love weaving with the fabric called chita, which is a Brazilian fabric we use a lot. And it's known for being an extremely colorful and floral pattern, 100% cotton fabric. When I finally found out about this course that was available near my house, and they were teaching how to weave with a more professional loom, I got so excited. And ever since then, I've had the ability to weave on a more professional scale, I would say. And that's when I bought my big loom, which is the one that I use now. I had my course once a week and it wasn't enough. I wanted to weave outside my classes and, you know, on my free time. And all of a sudden I found myself making all of these pieces and not knowing what to do with them. And so finally, you know, people suggested, why not sell them? You know, since you're having so much fun, make it a business, really go for it and, you know, see if it takes off. Being in New York has been a really great experience because, you know, being here, I'm taking a textile class, and in that class I'm learning how to dye fabric because I would love to ultimately dye my own fabric to then weave with. I think here people are more into what I'm doing as opposed to Brazil. I think in Brazil, you know, at least the people that I've been exposed to have a certain idea of weaving is something for old ladies or it's something for children, you know, and they don't have that respect of like, no, it's actually a really incredible craft and thing that like anybody can learn, and it's so easy and it's so much fun. And I feel like here there are more materials and, you know, workshops and people just interested in this whole business. You know, it's kind of a day-to-day thing, just living life and seeing colors and patterns put together in a way that I wouldn't expect, and, you know, thinking about it like, oh, how do I like that? Do I not like that? Is that interesting? So I love going into different stores and seeing their surface designs and like their textiles, and kind of just seeing everything that's possible and how I want to do it. But I've never seen somebody quite with my approach. I just love the whole idea of taking a fabric, taking it apart completely, and then putting it back together. You kind of like redefine what it should be. Like that fabric could be ultimately anything when you buy it in the store. I get most of my orders actually through people that heard of me and not necessarily were on social media and saw an image or a photo of what I've done. Sometimes I can get 3 to 4 orders in a week, and then I can spend up to a month without any orders coming in. I feel like every day that passes I'm much quicker. Like at weaving, I'm much faster and able to do more in less time. I think practice makes perfect almost. I think that weaving could be huge in the fashion industry, and not only in the fashion industry. I think that today there's so much room for just handmade crafts. And I would love to open like a studio and teach people, you know, how to weave, and like have my own shop where I can sell things but also have workshops and teach kids and adults, young adults, the elderly. I don't have a specific plan as to where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be doing. I just know that I don't want to stop. If I had known everything that was possible, I think that I would have never ever stopped weaving, because there was a point in my life where I did kind of put it on hold while I was exploring other things. And if I had known that, you know, you can go professional, you can do anything you want, I think that I would have definitely had invested more in weaving. Don't feel limited ever. That's what I would say. Yeah.